Hello, welcome back to the Wrestling Newsroom. I'm your host, All Things Wrestling, and today we're going to be looking at all the WWE and TNA news of the last 3 days. We kick off with Matt Hardy discussing his plan to gain total domination of the tag team scene. When asked how it's going, Matt Hardy responded, "Wonderful! I will delete the bunks of Young on April the 1st at Ring of Honor, and all of Meet McMahon's tag team will follow." Matt's remark deleting Mick McMahon's tag teams is very interesting as his contract with Impact Wrestling is expiring sometime this week. It's been rumoured for 7 months now that WWE is interested in bringing in the Hardy Boys for a last run with the company. It'll be interesting to see what happens from here. And now we have an update from that. According to Dave Meltzer, the Hardys possibly returning certainly in the ballgame, if not likely. As a week ago, Hardys were telling people they cannot commit to indie dates after April the 30th. One factor that could influence the Hardys' decision of Jeff Jarrett's new regime and how the new people in creative feel about the Broken Hardys gimmick. The next set of TNA tapings begin Thursday, and Matt played up on the rumours with the following tweet: "It should be an intriguing week for the professional wrestling industry." And now, from that, we have even more updates. Sources with direct knowledge tell us the Hardy Boys agreed to a new term deal back in December, but needed a few minor changes and simply waiting for a finalised offer. We were told the deal was meant to be for one year. Weeks and weeks passed with Matt Hardy constantly checking in, but they were constantly given the runaround. Eventually, Matt and Jeff's lawyer told Impact officials that they wanted a creative control clause in their deals, which was shot down immediately. One source says that their lawyer told Ed Nordholm that they were interest from other companies, and he responded, "Well, tell them to go to WWE then." This set Jeff Hardy off at the point that he was no longer interested in resigning. Matt continued talks, but when they set the new contract last week, it was now a 2-year deal with the terms that have been snuck in stated they received 10% of all of his profits outside of Impact. Matt's lawyer said he'd be a fool to sign, so he informed the company that it was not interested in doing so, but would still consider going to the tapings to write off his character. However, he was told he was crazy to think they'd want him on TV without a contract. We're now told the Impact officials are trying to get the physical tag team titles back. Regarding this situation, Debbie went on Twitter and gave a little bit of her kind of shoot about this. Unreal with the little bullshit. Unreal. Why do we try and do these things the right way and you get BS and drama in return? Matt's a nice guy. I'll keep the shits hostage fuck out of here. By the shits, they mean the tag team titles. I've said many times TNA was a perfect situation for our family, and how grateful for our professionalism, open communication, respect. Now think about what kind of negativity, changes and straight fuckery would have to go down for us to leave. Matt Hardy announced the following regarding his TNA departure himself, his wife Rebecca and Jeff Hardy, putting, "My stint with Impact Wrestling was delightful, exceptional talent and locker room, a great respectful team that worked hard in tough times. I wish Impact Wrestling all the best going forward, especially for the industry's talent, and I hope they're all treated with respect and fairness. I have never been more awake. The creative revolution is merely beginning. Anything is possible in my #broken universe. Anything." So yeah, if you could get that from that, Matt Hardy, Jeff and Rebecca have left TNA. I don't know where to go with this. Oh, a new interesting story. Matt Hardy's online store, where he sells merchandise, will be closing after 5 years of being in business due to the timing of this with Hardy's TNA contract expiring. Fans have been speculating this could be leading to Hardy returning to WWE, because they'd obviously want to sell his merchandise and won't be allowing to use his own store. With that being said, Rebby Sky has explained why the short was that it's been a lot of hard work to do things on my own. Shirt design / orders, customer service, shipping, etc. But I'm no longer able to run the shop in the way Matt's fans deserve. I'll likely revisit the idea after the new baby is here, but for now it's impossible to be at baby Hardy brand's mama while making another kid. There's just too many sick, slow days to run properly. They put on their actual Twitter, "We regret to post that after nearly 5 years and thousands of happy customers, shopmatthardy.com, check it out, is closing up shop. Stay tuned for the blowout sale." So yeah, please do check it out because they'll be having a lot of merchandise to be sold. Now, this story intrigued me. AJ Lee, real name April Janine, I don't know, Mendez Brooks, is all set to release her memoirs that chronic her upbringing and career in professional wrestling, titled "Crazy is My Superpower: How I Triumphed by Breaking Bones, Breaking Hearts, and Breaking the Rules." Early reviews of the book reveals that Lee's memoirs touch upon several controversial issues, including WWE, misogynic and sexist towards women in pro wrestling. She recalled the incident where WWE Executive Director of Talent Relations, to be precise, called her an unfucker, and ugly. I don't know, the word is blank now, so I couldn't tell you that. Said the executive also told her that the company hires up to the same review regarding her personality and marketability as the WWE diva, in case you didn't know. Now you mind, the executive went on to an aforementioned misogynic, I don't know, rant to downgrade Lee, not being named in her book. Nevertheless, here's what the ex-champ said in a recent interview. "I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was barely out of my teens. Like our olive-coloured skin and caterpillar eyebrows, I guess it just runs in the family." Here's the tweet regarding her upcoming memoirs and conversation with fellow UFC wife Megan Olive. "Thank you, my sister wife." Furthermore, the rumours that Lee's mention of the unnamed WWE exec may allude to the fact that his executive is former Raw General Manager and WWE Corporation executive, non-kayfabe for the executive, John Laurinaitis. John Laurinaitis, you're a prick. I'm going to put that out right now. John Laurinaitis is a prick. I'm sorry, mate. If you did this, look at yourself in the mirror. How could you be happy with yourself? She's a beautiful, lovely woman, and you are disrespecting her in this manner. You need to grow the fuck up, get the fuck out, and leave us all alone. You absolute fucking cunt. Anyway, rant over. Let's move straight on. WWE acknowledged ex-employee and current TNA mainstay Maria Kanellis Bennett on her birthday by sending her wishes via the WWE Instagram page. They put more birthday wishes go out to former WWE superstar Maria. Happy birthday, Maria. Well, this is interesting, and we'll talk about it later on, but very interesting for now. Former WWE and TNA wrestler Drew Galloway announced on Twitter that he and Impact Wrestling had parted ways. He wrote, "Thank you, Impact Wrestling, for the last 2 years and everything we have achieved together. I miss everyone and see you down that long road." That's another one gone. And now, whether or not Seth Rollins will be ready for WrestleMania 33, Triple H is now being advertised to wrestle at a live event in Buffalo March 10th and Toronto in March 11th. Finn Balor is also advertised for the Toronto show. The KeyBank Center tweeted, "Breaking news, see Triple H live at the KeyBank Center Friday, March 10th when WWE live Road to WrestleMania comes to Buffalo." And then the other arena announced Triple H's game will be live in Toronto in the Coliseum in a huge 6-man tag main event. It goes down March 11th. 6-man tag, I'm very intrigued on who's going to be in that, but still, that's very good news to everyone. And now Kelly Kelly has announced earlier this week she will be returning for this year's WrestleMania 33 event and the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. A former WWE diva appeared on some conversation with somebody, and they were asked about the rumours that have surfaced. She was backstage 2 weeks ago. "I don't know if I'm going to be wrestling per se, but I will be at Mania," adding, "I will be at Mania, I will be at Hall of Fame, I'm going to do some access signings." Kelly tiptoed around saying she'll be inducting a friend in the Hall of Fame, but Maria hinted that she already knew that she'll be helping a woman prepare for the style of the event. Kelly also noted that she repeatedly asked about her interest in the returns last week, admitting Senior Director of Talent Relations Mark Caragano was one of the people asking. She told him, "I'll come back for like a run, mini run or something." To add this, WWE has been in talks with Kelly about returning to the company as a wrestler and also star of Total Divas. Furthermore, her role with the reality show would not interfere with her return. Reality show WAGS would not interfere with her returning to WWE. That's good to note. And obviously, talking about who she might be inducting, Beth Phoenix is in the Hall of Fame. I know we all wanted Chyna, but Beth Phoenix was a very dominant woman in the industry as well, and she does deserve to have a moment in the sun. Chyna will get her moment. She will. But for now, let's focus on Beth Phoenix, who has got this incredible honour. Congratulations, Beth Phoenix. You are a legend. Well, you definitely are now. And now, on his latest podcast, Shaq was asked about the rumours that his proposed match with the Big Show for WrestleMania has been cancelled. Here's what he said. "That's probably right. It's not my fault. That's all you need to know. It ain't my fault. I'm totally not off yet, but it's not looking good. It does not matter. I'm still working out, and I still look better than the Big Show. I will still meet him wherever he wants to meet me." Let's see what happens with that. John Cena discussed the rumours of him teaming with Nikki Bella to take on the team of Miz and Maurice. Obviously, we know that's happening now. People get the perception of who I am. There's nothing I say in this interview that changes the perception, but I say this. I don't pitch ideas. I don't go and say, "This is what I'd like to do." I have tremendous success in being a versatile poker player, if that's a good analogy. I get my hand told to me and I play it the best I possibly can. As far as WrestleMania said, whatever I'm supposed to do, I'm going to do to the best of my ability. I can reference last year as a great camp. I was ready, healthy, and 100% to achieve active by early March, and I was told that I would be assisting the Rock in WrestleMania. Quite honestly, if it weren't for the Rock's involvement in WrestleMania, I would have told that I would have been sitting out of WrestleMania. People ask, why don't you just go in there and say, "I want to do this"? Last year I should have said I want to do this, but I just don't want to do. This is what I love to do. You sometimes get an off the beat path request, and it's your job as a professional to make it interesting and make it the best you can. To be quite honest, way back, AJ Styles was off the beat path request, and I loved it. It brought out the best in AJ Styles. It brought out the best in me. I've always tried to do the best with what I've got. Fair enough. And then ProWrestlingSheet.com, Eric Rowan has apparently been cleared to wrestle and return to WWE action. As we know, he had surgery to repair a torn rotary cuff back in October. It's speculated that he'll be involved in the Randy Orton Bray Wyatt storyline. Rowan did post the following teaser video on Twitter today. Please go check it out and just search Eric Rowan on Twitter. I don't know his handle. Then we have Finn Balor being scheduled to make his in-ring return to WWE live event in Buffalo, New York, and I've mentioned. Balor will be teaming with Chris Jericho and Sami Zayn to face Kevin Owens, Samoa Joe and Triple H in the March 26th of Hawaii Plains. Balor's opponent for the other events have not been announced. Wrestlers have noted it's very possible that Balor could return to weekly WWE programming before his scheduled matches, pending doctor's approval. He appears to be in great shape at last week's NXT when he got a physical with Bobby Roode when he came to the edge of Nakamura. Please come back, we miss you. And now, after her match with Nia Jax on this week's Sunday's Fastlane pay-per-view was announced, Sasha Banks sent a tweet that referenced Matt Hardy. They put hashtag the boss Banks will have to go on one more the woman who claims to have broken her. And then she put, "You're not at Matt Hardy brand and I'll never be broken." Ah, yeah. And he just kind of did his wonderful face on Twitter as a response. Ooh, the room mill is going crazy up in here. And then, while promoting an upcoming appearance at WrestleCon during WrestleMania 33, Wade Barrett referenced himself in his Instagram. He said, "Come and say hi to Fake News Barrett at We Are Wrestle Pro desk at WrestleCon in Orlando, 31st of March and 1st of April. Tickets available at WrestleProOnline.com. Check it out if you can, if you're anywhere near there." Very interesting, Fake News Barrett. And now, while appearing on WrestlingInc.com podcast Monday night, former WWE and TNA wrestler Matt Morgan confirmed he'll be returning to weekly wrestling television program. I'll be making a return to a weekly broadcasting wrestling for a specific company. I'm not going to say names now, but it will be very, very soon. That all that is going on, and yet here I still am. When asked how soon we'll see him in the ring, he replied, "In the next 4 weeks." He worked for WWE back from 2002 to 2005, and then he worked the indie scenes before turning up in Impact Wrestling from 2007 until he asked for his release in July 2015. Come on, Matt Morgan, back to TNA. Now more departures from TNA. Bloody hell, TNA is going. So many departures. Long-time Impact Wrestling employee Bill Banks has left the company, according to PW Insider. His decision to leave the company was not based on recent changes to the company, but him rather wanted to return to the Northeast and work on other things in his life. Banks recently worked on the creative team in WWE and WCW. That's 3 that have now left the company. And I have been told that Gaborik, who's was the head of creative, will be staying with the company working as a consultant running the gorilla position. He will not be involved with creative moving forward, with the exception of providing feedback for the new team. Jeff Jarrett is not expected to appear on TV, however it's likely that his wife Karen will have an on-screen role as soon as this Thursday. I can't wait to actually watch this Thursday. It's going to be very interesting. And there's been talks while Impact Wrestling about bringing in Rey Mysterio. Dave Meltzer mentioned on the today's installment of Wrestling Observer Radio, this is Tuesday, that Rey Mysterio contact with Lucha Underground was only for 2 seasons. With the second season running now, Mysterio will be able to appear for Impact Wrestling in 6 months after the season airs. That is, if Rey Mysterio doesn't opt to re-sign a new deal, it is very possible that Mysterio could appear for the company as early as October. We can confirm that no official offer has been made to Mysterio, and the idea is only the early stages of discussion right now. I'll keep you updated if we hear anything regarding this topic. And now, Jeff Jarrett gave a tweet regarding the departures of the Hardys and Drew Galloway, saying, "For the record, it's Impact Wrestling corporate policy not to make any comments on talent contractual matters. I personally wish nothing but continued success for Matt, Jeff, Galloway. All 3 of them are fantastic talents. Whenever they land, they will obviously do very well. Wrestling business can be tough at times, but one thing is for sure, the business is always changing, ready for some thing, and can't wait for Thursday." Okay, and now we have more news. Now, PW Insider is reporting that both Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis Bennett are no longer with Impact. Their deals with the company expired back in 2016, and they've been working on a per appearance. At one point, Impact and the couple agreed with a new deal, but later informed the company that would not re-sign. They are not expected to work the next set of Impact tapings, which is this week. No, for the love of God. They were just in a story with Ali and Braxton. Is that why they wrapped it up? My God, I'm sad now. And now we have a rumour that Kurt Angle is making a WWE appearance starting right after WrestleMania 33. Appears in talks of having Angle replace Mick Foley's Raw GM. Foley was recently cleared to have hip surgery and is teased on television that he won't be GM for much longer. During a recent interview with Booker T, Angle said near the end of his career and he wasn't expecting to go in the Hall of Fame for another 10 years. Triple H told me that after the Hall of Fame ceremony they will talk about Angle's wrestling again. Angle mentioned Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, some names that he would like to work with. Angle said he can still go as good as he is ever, but he can't just go on a nightly basis. Fair enough, mate. I do want to see you in WWE ring. Please let that happen. And now, the reason for Alberto Del Rio not coming back to Impact Wrestling is because John Gaborik is no longer in the creative role. He was the only one trying to push it. And Matt Hardy acknowledged his expiring of TNA contract following the tweet. "It's March the 1st, 2017, 12:01 AM. The hashtag 7WTs have blessed my immunology thing and implanted me with even more abilities. My mind has woken, which is great. And now we have the last leaving news of TNA. For the love of God, I hate this. According to Peter Boonside, the former TNA Knockout Champion Jade is a free agent and her contract with Impact Wrestling expired. She joins a massive amount. It is still unknown whether she'll have any involvement with this week's TV tapings, which begin tomorrow. There is rumour going around that TNA is going to attempt to start running live events again in the fall. Apparently, the original plan was to resume them in June, but the process has been pushed back. Wow. What a news episode. Why is everybody leaving TNA? I will still watch it. Let's just see where it goes with the creative. It could be good. It's going to be good. It can't be any worse than back when it was bloody Dixie Carter, Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan. Can it? Please don't. But anyway, this has been a very interesting episode of my newsroom. I've enjoyed the stories, especially the AJ Lee one was very intriguing. I got a bit angry there. I don't like people being mean for no reason. So, yeah. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this episode. Please give it a like if you have. Subscribe to my content, and I'll catch you later.